Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your sports betting market report for Friday. It is May 12th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your friendly Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at bullpenpicks.com. Sign up today, and if you want to follow the top scores each and every day, and that would be on time 34, Scott Christensen is at 838 points. Yours truly, Ron Raymond, at 760. And Hawkeyes, Ken Driver is at 655. Those are your top three baseball pickers today at bullpenpicks.com. Folks, if you want to follow my picks, you can. All you got to do is go to Most Followed, look for Ron Raymond, click on Follow My Picks. Took the day off yesterday, a little recharge of the batteries, and today we'll get right back at it. And if you want to see what I got going today, all you got to go to your following page, and then you're going to see the people you follow and what their picks are. Compare their picks with your picks, and this is how you build a nice consensus for your baseball selections, and hopefully we send you with some winning information on that day. All right, we do have a good show lined up here today of the sports betting markets, and this will be a 10-minute podcast. And what we do is we look over the markets, just like the title says, and let's take a look at the baseball markets. And we talked about this yesterday on the Ron Raymond Sports Betting Podcast, that we were in a underdog market, and we did have a little bit of reversal. We only had 6 games yesterday in the Major League Baseball, 4-2 for the favorites, 4-2 on the run line, and 4-1 to the under. So the under having a really good run the last 7 days. In fact, the last 3 days, the under in Major League Baseball has cashed in 67.3% of the tickets, 32.7% for the overs. And on the 7-day average, we're still neutral, but I don't expect that to hold the fort for long, because 51.3% of the favorites have come in the last 7 days, but it's the last couple days, 55.7% the last 3. And we did have a good run here. When you look back from May 2nd to May 10th, the underdogs did have a great day. But if you look at the history of the year so far, you can see the underdogs pick their cycles when they go on a run. And right now, we'll see if we're going to be in a bullish market for favorites. And you can get this each and every day right here at atsstats.com. Let's take a look at the Bears and Bulls report, see which team is neutral, which team is bullish, which team is bearish. And you can see the top teams. Tampa Bay, big win last night in the Bronx. In fact, if you look at the A-type teams, we're talking about Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Baltimore. There's Baltimore. Texas, the LA Dodgers, and those are your alpha-type teams. Those are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. Tampa Bay, Baltimore, neutral, so a lot of value in those two teams maybe this weekend. And I'm going to show you later on some teams you want to follow on the 14-day cycle that are having a good run. Teams I'm talking about, Colorado, Baltimore, even Detroit, Seattle, and Washington. You want to keep an eye on these teams this weekend. The B-type teams, Toronto losing 2 to the Phillies. Pittsburgh now, after a great start on the season, finding they're losing ways. In fact, they're 1-6 in their last 7 games, so they're in a bearish cycle right now, along with the Milwaukee Brewers. They're 2-5. And when you look at the C-type teams, only the New York Mets and the Oakland Athletics. And that's interesting, because normally these C-type teams, those are the teams you're going to have more teams in a bearish cycle. But when you look at the SBI and you see the macro environment, you can see that there's a reason why the C-type teams are having a good run, because they're undervalued by the betting public, and but not undervalued by some of the dog bettors, right? So this is why you look at the Ron Raymond Sports Betting Market Report, to have your finger on the pulse, as I always say, because you got to know what's going on in the markets, so this way you don't come in blind. And you don't want to be a standings bettor, right? Just go to the standings and see what's going on. You want to follow the markets each and every day. Speaking of the markets, this is a great tool here at the website, ATS Stats. In fact, go to your dashboard, go to ATS Standings, and we break down the compartments of the roles of the favorites. So you can see that favorites are picking the 120 so far this year, winning 57.6% of the game, covering 58.9%, which is surprising. And you can see that the favorites of 120 to 140, neutral market, 55%. 140 to 160, 48%. So there's, sometimes you feel comfortable in that range where, and the thing with bettors, they always, you're looking for that comfort level when you're making your selections, right? And you think this is a nice comfort level. Well, not so far this year. Your comfort level is coming at 160 to 180, 63.1%. And the other ones are in a neutral market. Look at the underdogs. You can see that the underdogs on the season, the 200 to 220, not having a good run. But you know what? If you look at the underdogs on the run line, 14-9, 55%, which is really good. 45.4. Anytime I'm looking at the run line, I'm looking at 40% or higher to give me that confidence, right? And you can see here 42.6, which is still good in my books. 35 and 39 when you're playing the underdogs in the run line. And I call it all the time. I say it's that Geico insurance you're looking for, and I do like getting that run line underdog value. All right, taking a look over here, you can see the underdogs of 120 to 140. Actually, these are the favorites. And let me see here. Let's go down here. The totals. So on the totals, anytime we got a total of 6.5, so far the home team is 3-2 on the season. And let's take a look down here. 10.5. Not a lot of volume. So the thing is, once the total gets a little higher, you don't get a lot of occurrences, right? So you can see on the season, the magic number the bookmakers are really working with seems to be the 8.5. 75 to 91 for the home teams when it comes to the over-under. And when you look at the over-under, the 74 overs, 92 unders. And this here, the number you see right here is a reflection on the over and not the under. And if you ever want to see which how a certain total number is doing, just come to the website, go to ATS standings, and we'll give you all the numbers you're looking for, like the 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5. You always wonder that sometimes, right? You're sitting there, I wonder what all the 8.5s at home do, right? Well, we got the answer for you. All right, let's take a look at the this chart right here. So what I did, I'm going to go right back here. I took all I did this yesterday on the podcast, and I got a lot of feedback from emails that people like this. So I'm going to probably include this, and it's tracking the hot teams, right? And I'm going to go back to the last 2 weeks, because when you think of baseball, right, 2 weeks can be normally anywhere from 12 to 14 games if a team doesn't have a day off. But we're going to go every team from April 28th to May 12th, and we're going to take a look at the teams that have 7 wins or higher. There's only one team with 10 wins, and that's the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're on a run right now. But if you look on top over here, you can see the American League East, the last 14 days have won 58% of their games. 56 of them have gone over the total. American League Central, pretty much a coin flip, but the under seems to be cashing in more for the Central teams in the American League. And also American League West, pretty much a coin flip there. Coin flip with National League East, but at the Central, struggling, as Joe Namath would say. Those teams are struggling, 20 and 41. So if you're looking for a team to maybe fade in the next couple of days, a National Central Division seems to be the weak division, the weak link in the chain so far. National League West, 36 and 23, and that's the Dodgers, Padres. Yeah, they're having a good run right now. And speaking of those teams I was talking about, the LA Dodgers, they got 10 wins. Boston, Tampa Bay, Texas, they've got 9 wins. In fact, you can see right here, Boston is at 9 and 3. Toronto struggling right now. Baltimore 7 and 5. Keep an eye on the Orioles. I think you might get some value right there. Tampa Bay going to have a really good series this weekend. Started off right last night in the Bronx, winning against the Yankees. In fact, Rasmussen was the starter. 8-2 was the final. Minnesota 6 and 6. The White Sox 6 and 7. Also Kansas City 6 and 7. Cleveland, Detroit 7 and 4. So those teams with 7 wins: Baltimore, Detroit, Seattle, and Washington. So you might want to write those down. Keep an eye on those teams. They seem to be hitting their current winning cycle right now. So those are the teams you probably want to keep an eye on. Teams with 8 wins: Atlanta, Colorado. I talked about that on the podcast yesterday. Colorado Rockies cashing tickets right now, and hopefully they bring you to a cash out Monday. Teams with 9 wins: Boston, Tampa Bay, and Texas. Nice big 4-0 win last night in Oakland, or 4-3, sorry. Or no, I think it was 4-0. Where's Oakland, Texas? There it is. Yeah, 4-0 was the final. And we did cash that winning ticket last night. All right, we do have a couple of NBA games here tonight. We got the Miami Heat taking on the New York Knicks. We have the Heat winning this one as a 5.5-point favorite, 106 to 101. The over/under to land on 208.31. We got the Lakers beating the Warriors, 113 to 108. And the line on this one is the Lakers minus 2.5. The total on this game is at 221. We do have it going over the total at 222.21. Let's take a look at the NHL for this evening. You got 2 good games here tonight. You got Toronto as a 169 favorite at the Scotiabank Arena. We got them winning here tonight, 3.5 to 2.8. The over/under at 6.38. And we got the Oilers winning against Vegas tonight in Vegas, 3.5 to 2.7. The over/under at 6.32. Folks, if you're interested in my selection to Ross Benjamin's, had a good nice win on my free pick yesterday. I didn't have any totals win. I went 5-0 the other day with my premium picks, and you can get them each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All you got to do is go to the website, go to the menu, Look for Picks, Ron Raymond, or Ross Benjamin, and you can get our selections each and every day right here at the website, atsstats.com. Have yourself a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday with another edition of the Sports Betting Market Report. Cheers.